Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and the only Sir Hale speaks in the building. What's going on, everyone? It's good to see you. It is the one and the only Sir Hale Speaks. Sir Hale Speaks. We are in the building. It's good to see everybody. Guys, listen, today I have a story that I want to talk about just very briefly that I am appalled by. I am shocked. I am appalled. Now, to you, you may say in 2025, there should be nothing that astonishes or surprises you because we've seen so much, but I digress. Guys, I saw a story yesterday that I did a brief reel on last night because I was just in complete disbelief. But there was this story where some woman was on the CTA in Chicago on the train, gets into an altercation with a man who then, I guess the conversation escalates. He pours some fluid on her and then proceeds to set the woman on fire. Guys, I want you to take a listen to just a few of the details, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to talk about this. Before we do this, guys, please do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. If you guys are new to my channel, I am Sir Hale Speaks. We talk about life, love, relationships, and then some of the things that I think that are important as well. So, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe. We're going to react to this video, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on this as well. All right, guys, hang tight.
Woman got into an altercation on a CTA train and was set on fire.
Roseanne is live this morning at Sturgis Hospital with the latest on the victim's condition. Roseanne?
Well, we don't yet know who she is. We know she's 26 years old and was brought here to Sturgis Hospital in critical condition yesterday evening. Police say this all happened on a CTA Blue Line train at about 9:35. They say that woman was involved in some kind of verbal altercation with a man when he became physical, pouring a liquid on her and igniting it. Police say he took off when the train stopped at Clark and Lake. The woman collapsed outside the train. She appeared severely burned on her face and parts of her body and was put on a stretcher and taken to an ambulance.
Now, guys, I've seen some things, and I know that there was a demographic of people who would try to find some excuse to justify this heinous act. There will be somebody who would try to make sense of this, and it simply doesn't make sense. Guys, under what circumstance, what reality, what realm, what world does it make sense for someone to intentionally, I don't care what the altercation, if it's verbal, I don't care what was said, what warrants someone putting something flammable on another person, going through with that, proceeding to lighting it, and you know that it has to be some sense in this because the person, after he did this, he runs away. So they already knew that they were guilty. He already understood that, which is why he ran away, because when you do something wrong, there was something within that's built within all of us to know you've done something wrong. How does a conversation escalate? I really want you guys to help me out with this. How does any conversation escalate to where you have to pour something on someone and set them on fire? That is a level of psychosis. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to give this a psychological name, because what I've seen in this culture today is that a lot of times people will hide evil behind psychological issues. So we'll call it mental health because, you know, it's a medical term that warrants sympathy. And in today's culture, we've become so sophisticated and smart that we're not discerning that some things are pure spiritual and it is evil. In this particular circumstance, I don't think there is any way that we can say that this man was insane or there was something medically wrong or psychologically wrong to the degree where he was able to go through and proceed to hurt someone in this kind of manner over a verbal altercation. And while some people may make a joke about this, my question to people who would try to minimize an experience like this is, what if this was your mother, or it was your sister, if it was your wife, You tell me what circumstance, what conversation can warrant this, and I'll tell you, if you can find a reason, I'm telling you, you're probably part of the problem. Violence of this magnitude in this way is unwarranted, it's unfounded, and I am hopeful. Now, as a Christian man, it is part of me is, I believe in forgiveness and second chances, but when it comes to acts like this has to be dealt with and punished so that it deters other people who might be influenced to do something like this. Sometimes things have to happen so it sets a precedent that this is unacceptable, it is not okay. And this is why I'm saying this, because I want, if we're going to build a community, and I'm not just talking about black and white, I'm talking about men and women, we have to become protectors of our communities. And we see something like this, it has to become our mission to make sure that we bring justice and bring it swiftly so that women and our children do not experience things like this, particularly when there is no imminent threat or physical danger that somebody is imposing on you. So guys, let me know what you think about this. Some people would say that this act was just a consequence of the culture that we live in. It is just where we are in today's society. And while that might be true, while this may just be a consequence of where we are today and things are not like it used to be, I want you guys to help me to understand and find a good reason that justifies this behavior occurring to a woman who was riding the train. You guys, I want you to leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll take a look. I'll try to keep up with this and see if they have been able to find the perpetrator, the one who initiated this assault. As of now, I believe that there is still a manhunt underway. But once I have some more information, I'll update us. But I want you guys to tell me what you think about this. Was it what circumstance? And does this speak to where we are today in terms of our emotional fragility, to where words are enough to incite violence because we're so easily triggered by what other people may say? Now, if we say that this conversation, it escalated, but something that could have been done? Somebody could have walked away. If something is triggering so badly, you could have said this other person shouldn't have said that, they shouldn't have done that. But isn't it incumbent on the person who was offended or who feels themselves becoming emotional or even violent or angry? Isn't it incumbent on them to take themselves out of the situation, to protect themselves, their own freedom, and that of the other person? Isn't it their responsibility to remove themselves? Shouldn't adults be adults? Shouldn't men be men? I'm Sir Hale Speaks. I want to hear what you guys think. Leave me a comment. I want to hear from you. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. And while you do this, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to hit that like button. Somebody to come and join and subscribe to the Sir Hale Speaks Network. Thank you so much. I'll talk with you soon. Peace. Sir Hale Speaks in the building.